Hello, friends. I'm Dale Kimberly, and this is God's Solutions to Man's Problems. Today, we're going to discuss a problem that man has that's a serious problem, and that's the inability of the things of this earth for us to be able to count on them because everything is changing. Nothing seems to stay the same. Here in the South, we love our college football. This time of year, the committee chooses the 4 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, and we look forward to that day coming. Up until this year, they have chosen the 4 most deserving teams. This year was a little different. Instead of choosing the 4 most deserving teams, they chose the 4 teams that they believed would be the best teams. As a result of that change of venue and the change of the rules, teams that thought they would be a shoo-in were left out. And teams that really hadn't considered being in as something that was in the realm of possibility were brought in. It caused a problem, not because the 4 teams weren't the same as they'd been in the past, but the rules had changed. And as a result of that, lives were hurt, people were hurt, teams were hurt. If you were alive September 11th, 2001, then you saw the planes that hit the towers and how that they were knocked down, and we came together as a nation. We were very patriotic, and we did what it took to make sure that this nation was okay, and this nation made it. Then, scant 20 years later, we find that people are rioting in the streets. We're standing against the very principles this country was built on, and we're putting aside the Constitution. Why? Because man changes. It doesn't stay the same. You say, well, that's the country. That's natural. Let me show you something else. When I was a teenager in the 70s, I had an automobile. I had an automobile with a big V8 engine, and I was so proud of it. I'd worked hard, I got it, and I was proud of it. Today, we're not looking for vehicles with a big V8 engine. Our nation, our government is telling us what we need is an electric car. Now, I'm not sure that that's a bad idea or a good idea. It just shows that we have changed. Mankind changes. We're never rock solid. We need, as mankind, to look to God's solutions, and God's solutions are rock solid. They always are. In Psalms 105, verse 5, Psalms 100, verse 5, the Lord is good, and he endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. God doesn't change. In fact, Scripture also tells us that God was the same yesterday, today, and forever. The God who led the Israelites out of Egypt, the God who led them across the Red Sea, parted the waters, that God that took care of his people then is the same God that will take care of you now. The God who helped Samson to overcome the things that he overcome and gave him that great strength is the God that will give you what you need today. We don't live in fear. We don't live in a time where God is going to look on us and say, you can't make it anymore, because we serve the God who created this earth. We serve the God who was there when he says, let there be light, and there was light. He's the same God who takes care of us on every path. Yes, friends, this world may change. Things this culture likes may change. Rules may change. But with God, it's all rock solid. And what we're worried about with God is not the rules that make us happy. We want the rules that'll bring us into heaven. We want God to be there to give us the things that we need and not change, things that we need to help us serve God, help us be safe, secure, and help us to know that this is our path to heaven. Friends, I want to ask you 3 things. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you enjoy and appreciate what I've just said, then I want to like. But then the third thing that I'm going to ask you to do is share this. My intent is to preach Jesus, to give security to this world and make this a better place to live. Until we meet again, I bid you a very good day.